If I had to start from scratch, no 8-figure business, no money in the bank account, no online audience, no devilishly good looks, no skills whatsoever, how would I get back to where I am today in the fastest time frame possible? Now, I'm going to jump on my screen here and show you exactly how anybody without any previous experience can build a multi-million-dollar business from scratch if they do it in the right order. Now, in case you're new to the channel and you're like, who the heck is this guy and why should I listen to him anyway? My name is Ravi Abuvala, founder of scalingsystems.com, and just a few years ago, I dropped out of law school to start my first online company, and within 3 years, I built 2 companies, one to multi-7 and now one to 8 figures in revenue. In addition to that, I've also worked with thousands of business owners in the past few years, some of them building their businesses even faster than I did because they were following the framework I'm going to give you in this video here. If at any point throughout this video you get some value out of it, please be sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe, and also comment down below any additional videos you want me to make. Let's dive right in. All right, let's talk about step number 1, which is if you build it, they won't come. What do I mean by that? Well, let me give you an example here. Let's talk about 2 different people, Bob and Sam, right? Bob creates before he sells. Bob's mom tells him he's the smartest guy in the world. He's going to be such a great entrepreneur for his new product. And he thinks because of this that he's the best thing since sliced bread. All this sacrifice creating the perfect product or service will be worth it, right? Friends and family are like, Bob, I love that software. I love that business idea. Best of luck with it. You're going to be a millionaire. And so he goes, great, I'm going to spend 6+ months building the perfect thing for the perfect person, and then I'm going to launch it. And sure, I got to spend $20,000 to get the software down or to buy the program, whatever else it is. And then he learns that nobody is interested once he goes out loud and starts announcing it. All of his friends and family that said that he was going to be a millionaire and they'd love to buy it. Well, when he asked them to buy it, they say, oh no, sorry, not today. Money's tight. Or no, I didn't actually mean I'd buy it. I meant somebody else would. And so Bob ugly cries himself to sleep every night. Now, let's talk about Sam, okay? Sam understands that he's really smart enough to solve for any problem in the marketplace. He finds out pain points and urgent problems for a specific niche that speaks to the market, and then he understands the difference between nice to have and need to have. So he prices his new solution at $10,000 before actually creating anything, creates a pitch deck or some kind of mock-up that shows exactly what he will be delivering, and he collects payment up front. Sees what the marketplace is doing, goes online, does some research, and then builds on top of that to make it better, faster, and cheaper. He dedicated about 2 weeks of research and is cash flow positive before any real investment is made. Now, if your name is Bob, I do apologize. And if your name is Sam, congratulations. What this really means here, guys, is that this is about 90% of entrepreneurs, at least the ones that I see coming into scaling systems, where they think that they have product market fit only because they think they know the marketplace, because they've been asking people their opinions and people are giving them their opinions, but in reality, they need to be voting with their wallets. That is the difference between a real product that is going to rip a hole in an industry and something that is just a nice to have. So be aware of this distinction. And the biggest mistake I see is people building things before they've actually sold anything. And I'm going to show you some examples of how you can actually sell something before you build it and collect cash up front and then figure out how to build it later, versus ending up like, Bob over here who ugly cries himself to sleep. I actually yesterday was at the gym and spoke to a young lady there who was telling me she was launching this new software, but she's about 8 months into it right now and she hasn't released anything yet because she wants to make it the best on the planet before she releases it out. And I started saying something, but I've actually learned at this point in my life that if people don't ask you for their opinion, not to give it. So I just stayed quiet. But unfortunately, I wish her the best. But in reality, what's likely going to happen is she's going to launch it out there and either nobody's going to buy it or not as many people she thought was going to buy it, especially for the time and energy she put into it. Okay. So step 1 is to essentially confirm product market fit before you start creating anything. Okay. And look, if you've already created something so far, that's fine. Okay. Stop and do this now before you go any further, okay? Friends and family are not your market. I've said this multiple times, unless, your product is for friends and family, but likely it's not. So go find people who don't actually care about your feelings. Your friends and family are invested in keeping you happy because it makes their life easier, right? Maybe they think it's their job responsibility. It's in their job description. But in reality, the people that are going to be buying your products, unless you have millions of friends, are not going to be your friends and family. They're going to be your market. So go out to total strangers and learn their wants and needs. Figure out what are their biggest pain points, what keeps them up at night, what are their, what do they secretly desire most, what are they already paying for but are not currently happy with, and those are what you will be using as pain points to create your offer, to create your sales letters, to create your messaging and everything else, okay? So the easiest way we found to create product market fit is simply through a case study, okay? And that's why for our roadmap here to $1 million in 12 months or less, that's why it starts with, do you have a successful case study? If not, we teach our clients how to essentially get a case study and find product market fit in less than 7 days. But finding a case study allows you to do a few things, right? Number one, it actually confirms that people want what you're selling because they voted with their wallet. So not just people saying, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I have that problem all the time. That'd be great if you could solve it. You saying, okay, great. Pay me $1,000 and I'll solve it for you. And they go, actually, never mind. I can do without that problem. And that's the difference between a nice to have and a need to have. The other cool thing about a case study is it can confirm your mechanism actually delivers the transformation, AKA you're not a scammer. What does that mean? That means that if you come to our case study page here and you scroll down and look at all these case studies and then all these video testimonials and they just keep on going down and down and down and down, and there's literally hundreds and hundreds of case studies and video testimonials, it's going to show that the things that we're promising online, make $1 million in under 12 months, scale and grow your business, remove yourself, fire yourself from it, start from zero and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. We can do it because we've done it, and you're going to believe that we can do it because I can prove to you that we've done it, and that's the power of a case study. And the other aspect of a case study that people are not realizing, those of you that are watching this that are relying on word of mouth and referrals in order to grow your business, is that case studies are an asset that are hyper scalable, right? So case studies can actually find, engage, warm, and even convert your prospects into customers. So try to get a referral partner to do that for you. What do I mean by that is that if you're relying on word of mouth marketing in order to grow your business, well, you're relying on that one person to keep on telling all of their friends and that one person out of that group to tell all their friends in order to happen. And so you're just at the whim of somebody else, where if you can just, instead of having that person telling everybody else, you just say, hey, can you give me a case study? I'm going to show you how to get a case study here, but can you give me a case study of exactly your experience with our program so far or with our service so far? Then you package that up and then you can just send a link out without that. You don't have to ask that person every single time. You can send it to millions of people. You can run paid ads to it. You can use email campaigns with it, and it's much, much more scalable, okay? Now, how to get a case study? It's crazy, but we just simply ask. Now, because I am Ravi over Deliver Abuvala, I do want to give you literally our case study form on top of here that you can click on, where it will open up and show you this is the exact same thing we send out to our clients whenever we are attempting to get a case study. It's the same thing that we give our clients whenever they're trying to get case studies for their business as well. So this is one of the literally dozens of assets that we give our clients to make their growth a lot easier. But you can just literally copy and paste this in your own and make your own little case study. You can send it out to customers. You can use it for interviews, but that's going to be for you in the course. All you do is click the link down below to get it. And you can also use it as a guide to host an interview. So one of the best case studies that we've ever done are ones where I sit down on a one-on-one call with our client and I walk through kind of that Jot form, that application, where I'm able to talk to them about, where they're at before they worked with us, where they're at now, why they contribute us to their success, and make sure that if you have a great case study, you have a few different things. Like number one, it needs to be what I call judge proof. And what judge proof means is that if you were on a third party, if someone was going to come like a judge at a courtroom and look at this case study, would they actually believe that you delivered that transformation? Most people I see today get case studies or testimonials where they're like, hey, yeah, Ravi's an awesome guy, helped us grow our business, thanks, and then that's it, right? And that's not very powerful for you. That's not very powerful for your clients or your prospects. And so what you need to do is make it judge-proof. So if you go to some of our case studies over here, you can click on any one of these. You'll see that we literally have, I'll pull up one right here. You can see that we have screenshots. We have video interviews. Like this, there's gonna be a little video interview down here. Here's screenshots of him sending in, my man, over $16,000 in less than 48 hours without creating anything yet. And then here's an actual video interview where I sat down with a gentleman, Maxwell here, and interviewed him and talked about the result. So if I put this in front of a judge, they'd be like, yes, this does make sense. I can see that you've delivered that. So you want your case studies to be judge proof, okay? And you want the beginning state and the end state to be exactly what your niche and desired transformation is. So that's why it's powerful to choose one niche and one offer to go after, because let's say you're working with real estate agents and you get a real estate agent case study, and then you want to go after doctors or dentists. So you're standing over the real estate agent case studies and they're like, In your mind, you might think, oh, it's essentially the same thing. It's the same ad campaign. But in their mind, they're like, I'm a dentist, not a real estate agent. This doesn't work for me. So if you have hundreds and hundreds of case studies like we do of people in the same exact beginning situation and the similar ending situation, then that's going to be much more powerful. Okay. And then also host it on your website, your sales letters, your emails, all of these places with an easy call to action button. So like I said, if you were to click on any one of these things that shows the, from $0 to $11,000, whatever else it is here, I'll just choose one really quickly to show you. On this page, we have a button, once again, evidence, judge, yes, please. Here's a video testimony from him as well. A button where they can click that's actually going to go where they can apply to book a time to speak with one of us, okay? So make it easy, put it on your website, make it easy to access, and then also make it easy once they watch 5, 10 case studies that they are ready to book a time. We have a software that we teach our clients to use that actually records people visiting our website, and I have hundreds and hundreds of recordings of people hopping on this case study page and just going one case study to case study to case study to case study. And after about the 6th or 7th case study, all they do is they click on it, they click on apply button, they apply, and they get on a call with us. So we actually have evidence to back up these claims. And speaking of evidence, I told you guys in the very beginning, I am a man that gives evidence. Number one, this is a screenshot from our homepage. If you go to scalingsystems.com, and there are dozens of buttons on that homepage. There's an entire sales letter, but the thing that is clicked the most on that entire thing by 8 times any other button clicked, guess what it is? You guessed it, case studies, right? 8 times more than any other button on that website is our case studies button here. That's how powerful it is. And just to show you guys that it actually works, you can start from scratch. Here's a few people that have created case studies from zero, product market fit, and launched a successful business. This is Shane. He said, I joined SWS fall of 2020. My business was at zero, and I only had the funds because my $2,500 unemployment payment hit my accounts. I fast forward to spring 2021, already revved $62,000 for this month. The calendar is booked solid with pre-qualified sales calls, and they keep coming in. I can smell 6-figure months. Thank you, SWS. This is Maxwell Mueller. Also, I just showed you his little case study a second ago. $16,000 in less than 48 hours. He actually hit $50,000 in 3 weeks with a brand new offer before he sold anything. Before he created anything. This is Tuan Liu. I just showed you $0 to $11,500 a monthly recurring revenue from zero in less than 60 days. And this is Kevin Kamidlin. He went from zero to I saw him at my event in Miami that I hosted a few weeks ago. He was at over $55,000 a month, starting from absolute zero after joining SWS in June of 2020. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is the power of case studies. That's the power of product market fit if you know how to use it correctly. Okay, so in the next lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to turn these case studies and this product market fit into a client acquisition machine. See you guys there.
Let's get scratching.